Tony and the kids, and maybe the Auerbachs too, would go around and clean up from bunk to bunk and collect all the toiletries, the toothpaste, the shampoo, the soap, the mouthwash.
We use them all winter long!
Not the Auerbach.
She's exaggerating. Because this year, Nina's teeth started turning a little green, Fran, it's done. And that's how it happened.
What I've done is I've written up a document with the Gang of Four here to include in the time capsule as a thank you to the Auerbachs and the Greckens, and we wanted to read it to you. Okay? Yeah.
The battery's not going to make it.
And maybe we can get the Greckens and the Auerbachs stamp as well.
Does that mean that the battery is like low when there's little battery cells? Well, we'll see what we can do.
And if someone was to strum a little absorbed gently in the background. All right. On behalf of all the campers and counselors.
Take one with my camera. Are you ready? Yeah, it should be.
On behalf of all the campers and counselors who have walked the Lowy land through the years, we would like to thank Neil and Simma Auerbach, Steve and Tony Grecken, for being insane enough to buy this camp where they were just past legal drinking age, and creating a place where we all got to be the best versions of ourselves.
I beg to differ.
From 1968 to 1979, they gave hundreds of children and big children, also known as counselors, some of the best memories of their lives.
Farm Camp Lowy was a home for 2 months every summer, and a family that has lasted up a lifetime. And someone else is going to have to read it. I'll try one more line. It was a place where many of us felt known for who we really were and who we really could be. And the time we spent here has played a big part in how so many of us have chosen the lives we lead.
Thanks to all of you, Tony, Steve, Sim, and Neil. We learned so many new things here. We experienced so many firsts, not just sex. We also want to thank you for the amazing time we've had the past few days, because none of us would have returned here 20 years after Farm Camp Lowy closed if you hadn't created such a special place for us. Thank you.
I'm holding it in. Isn't that what I do best? Yeah.
The Farm Camp Lowy songbook. The closest thing we have to a prayer book. And a photo of all of us this weekend. Rachel, try holding it in
You
quarters.
have to fold it.
Now we're going to hand out some paper and pencils. And for those of you who come to Farm Camp Lowy for the first time this weekend, what you might want to think about is what this place has meant to you the past few days, or what it's meant to the person who brought you here. We can put your hands in this way as well. Yeah. about some of the things that you might want to think about. And you may just want to use it as a time to just reflect about these things. But there may be things that you want to include for posterity. Yeah, let's pass it to pencils too.
There's like room in there for all these papers. There's 2 on my thing. I'm right to crunch them up. I mean, I can share that piece of paper with you if I write 1 sentence. I don't need that much.
To begin with, Wyatt came back to Farm Camp Lowy this weekend. You might want to just think about that for a minute. Or you might want to write it down.
My mom paid me $20.
I got 200 from mine.
She only paid you $1, you're exactly right.
Good hard. I mean, it's easy to joke around about it, but I think it'd be more valuable if you kept it hard.
Someone take a picture.
Too late.
Okay. There's going to be a bunch of stuff. You can put your name on it or not. Something else you might want to think about.
Yeah, what is today?
It's my anniversary.
Something else you might want to think about is one memory of camp, or one memory of this weekend that you'll never forget. That you like, whoever digs this thing up years and years from now, to know about. What was so special for you about this place?
Terrace the property, put in decks or something. I always hated it. But once the campers and council got out here, this place took on its own being and the land. It had quality. It just had a quality. And you know, we created that Lowy sort of thing. And that's what this whole place felt like. It felt very apart, which is part of the reason we also changed the hours and the days, just to make it apart and special. And I felt that again this week.